So here, I'm going to hold up one of the little whimsicals. Now you can see in there, there's a piece of gold brocade and there's an old tassel and a couple of beads. So this is the part, that the embellishing phase, that I find really such a lot of fun. About, I would say, 6-7 years into having kids, I decided that I really needed to do something to be expressive again. And because they were there and I had to sort of integrate the whole business, I started teaching. I'd set out a lion here that I screen printed. And this gentleman may or may not, I mean, I'll play with this for quite a while. He may or may not receive a bead, set of beaded eyes or face. The little animals that I love so much in the decorative arts, there's such an echo of that in children's drawings, and the way they just sort of go ahead and plunk something down with 4 legs and a bushy tail, and that works. That freshness of creativity. I have trays and trays and trays of bits and bobs, little oddments that I use. And I'll look at something, and if it starts speaking to you in any way, then you know it's right. It's a continual process. It's a process of reaffirming what makes you tick, what you believe in. And also, I do obviously carry that dual cultural identity. My children were first generation Canadians. I came when I was 22, with already a very rich, intense involvement with art. And I came from a family that really, more the decorative arts, they were nuts about it, so I was surrounded by it all the time. There we are. So, you know, a dark underbase. Sometimes the graphite, is not going to stand up to it because it's just basically going to melt. So then I may overlay it with something harder. This is the neo color that I was talking to you about. It's a very finely pigmented and very finely grained wax, very compact. And that, when washed over, you get something like that. And then if it's too dark, I might, for instance, up there, I'll just take it to the sink and wash it. The inspiration has always come, I guess, from textile art, from fabrics, which I find beyond exquisite, especially some of the things that come out of, say, Afghanistan or Turkey and India. Folk art, another very, very strong piece of inspiration, and it's generally more tactile. But I might take a few strands of a tassel, which would play into the feather of that tail, and then cut it down and use it. So this is the part where you play for, a little piece like this you could play for a good couple of hours. I have had a couple of very good friends in Toronto, one without whom I wouldn't have survived with, that she'll come and she'll have such explosions of happiness whenever she sees any of my work. That's very affirming. You need that, because otherwise you could just be working in a vacuum. Sometimes your own work will inform you. Some of my work informs me. If something like that worked, then maybe I should retain some of that simplicity and just build on certain pieces. I do feel that whether you're a child or you're an adult, you walk away from your involvement, subconsciously or consciously, with some part of you changed for the better.